Pure fucking insanity. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's pure fucking insanity. It's promoted and it's accepted and it is what is considered normal. You know, you're pretty much supposed to act as crazy as you can. Yell, scream, do whatever the fuck you want. Dress as slutty as you please. Think about nobody other than yourself. Just pure goddamn insanity. And I guarantee you, God would damn it. I'm talking about being at a bar. You know, I'm in a town where it's just filled with college kids that want to act as crazy as they can. You know, I guess it's there for them to get it all out. Like, there is a purpose to it. I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I get that it's there for a reason and that people enjoy it for a reason. Because you can do whatever the fuck you want in that environment with loud bumping music that drowns out every fucking sound. So you just feel like you can move and yell and nobody will notice. Because nobody will notice. They won't give it a second thought. It's just there for people to act crazy. So I mean, but that's normal in that environment. To act crazy is normal. So what I was doing was probably the insane thing. I walked into the most crowded, packed fucking bar there was and just got a beer, sat there with my notebook and chilled at a table as people were getting their crunk on the dance floor, and the loud thumping bass and just overwhelming music was filling the entire area, and lights were, flashing and all that shit to make your senses just like not register anything, so you feel like you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, that's what it's all there for. So I know that, like, I was the insane one for just sitting at a table in the corner with my notebook and like just writing down my thoughts. People watching is essentially what I was doing. You know, I like people watching. It's fun, it's interesting. And you know, it's amazing how many people there are in the first place. Like each one of them with their own unique, specific identity and, you know, thoughts and just like an individual. It's just, it blows my mind sometimes to just see a lot of people in one place. Just like a bunch of human beings. It blows my mind to just look at that and think about what that is. Like, if we were in a good society where people valued the good, true, and beautiful, like with hundreds of people in that small of an area, like the amount of beauty and goodness you could bring into the world with that force is immeasurable. So it blows my mind to see these hundreds of people just drinking and dancing and not giving a fuck whatsoever. Not having a single care in the world. And like not accomplishing anything at all. You know, there's limitless potential there, but nothing is being achieved. It's fascinating, really. It's fascinating and tragic. Because, you know, that's just what we've gotten to. That's the norm now. To achieve nothing, bring no goodness into the world. Don't focus on beauty, don't focus on truth. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do to be happy. Which is not give a fuck about anything and just get your crunk on. Like, that is the norm now. In a lot of places. It's fucking insanity. And I get that that's what's accepted. You know, it's insanity, and it's not, because that's just normal. In an inverted world that is completely backwards and has no values, no direction to give you, you know, just acting insane and focusing on yourself is just what's accepted, what you're supposed to do. What else is there? And that's, I think that's what a lot of young people are consumed by these days. And they don't know that there's a choice for them to make. They don't know that what they're doing, how they're acting, is 100% just a choice. And they have another option to choose the good, true, and beautiful. It's like, it's ignorance, but it's not even ignorance. It's like something else. They've been conditioned to live this way and think this way. They've been conditioned to be hopeless and give up on anything that feels good, that brings good into this world. It's like they've been conditioned to just think that's not possible. And that the only thing they're supposed to do is just not care. You know? Try and be happy. Focus on themselves. I'm telling you, it's goddamn insanity. This is the latest I've been up in a while. It is 1:47 a.m. I stayed out a little bit longer than I was expecting. I was not expecting to bar hop and wander around and think for that long. I guess by the time I got 3 beers deep, it kind of, like I got a little bit of a buzz on, so that at that point I probably, kind of lost my perception of time for a good hour or so. So that, that killed some time. Made me not think about what I was doing really, or the fact that I was staying out so late. But, it's not like I care. But I was out there for 3 or 4 hours. I think it was around 9:30 when I started. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. At least after I fuck. I originally came into town to watch some live comedy, and what was on the slate for tonight was 2 female comedians. I had watched I've been coming every so often on Friday nights to the live comedy, and I think I've gone either 2 or 3 times before tonight, and it's always been guys. And, you know, it's bad comedy. Like, it's really not that funny. These guys are not that good of comedians, and the stuff they're saying is not truthful at all. It's not funny for the most part. You know, the best I've gotten is like a few chuckles out of some guys. But other than that, I've been largely disappointed. So coming into tonight, knowing that I'm going to listen to female comedians, you know, I kind of knew that the bar was really fucking low. Not to say anything against women, but it's a known fact that females should not be comedians. They should not go up on stage and, you know, make jokes and talk about their personal life. Like, that's just not what women should do. So I knew coming into this that it was going to be rough. But fuck! Holy fuck, was it bad. Like, way worse than I ever could have imagined, honestly. It's kind of sad to say, but yeah. I did not even make it through the whole thing. Like, it was maybe 5 or 10 minutes after the second lady came up on stage and was doing her set that I was like, holy shit, I've had enough of this. This is so fucking bad. Like, during the first set, the first lady, I don't know if I even smiled one time. I definitely didn't laugh one time. Damn, I am riding this person's ass. Not on purpose. Sorry, person. Didn't mean to. But it got to the point where the second lady was up on stage going into detail about her yearly doctor's appointment. And we're not talking about like a normal doctor, we're talking about the female doctor. About when they open up your vagina and look inside and, you know, take a sample, shit like that. Like, she's going into detail about that and trying to make jokes about it. And it's not funny at all. Like, it's fucking sad that they're on stage talking about these things. Like, why are you humiliating yourself, people? So, you know, it got to that point with the second act, and I was like, okay, no, I'm done. I'm not going to keep torturing myself anymore. So I walked up and left. And I'm glad I did. I really am. It would have been terrible if I stayed. I know it. But oh, Jesus. I'm going to hit him. Just kidding. You know, I made it through the whole first lady's act. Somehow I made it through the whole thing. You know, I debated leaving during that one, but I was like, fuck, hopefully the second one is better than this one. And then, yeah, it was worse. I didn't think it could get worse than the first one, and then it fucking got worse, and I was like, wow, I need to leave right now. I need to leave. So I did. I'm glad I did. But of course the first lady was some 35-year-old lesbian, she said she came out as bisexual last year. And I mean, you could fucking tell from the minute she walked on stage that she was either lesbian or some bisexual shit. Like, you could just tell right away. She had dyed red-orange hair. You know, she was wearing like a crop top flannel type thing. Like, it was a normal flannel, but then tied up front, and it looked kind of like a crop top. And, you know, she had a septum piercing, and she had gauge earrings. They weren't that big, but they were, you know, medium size. Like, just looked like a total dyke. And, you know, she had this really annoying, nasally voice. Like, I thought, as far as looks goes, you know, if she got rid of her piercings, had natural hair, and just tried to look like a normal person, I would probably say she's really good looking. But that voice was just so fucking bad that I don't know if I could ever get past that. And her whole set was just complete humiliation of the self. That's all it was. And that's why women should not be up on stage trying to do stand-up comedy. They should not be humiliating themselves in front of a bunch of guys. You know, sure, there's women in the crowd too, but there's a lot of grown men there. Why are you standing up on stage just fucking humiliating yourself? I don't get it. Women should not be up there. And yet, she did her time, and it was fucking tragic, if you ask me. It actually was making me depressed. I mean, not necessarily depressed, but like I could feel the depression that she had. Because like one of the first things that she said was about how, you know, seasonal depression and all that, and that she actually has real depression as well. And, you know, as her set went on, it was just so blatantly fucking obvious why she's depressed. You know, because she's trying to live like a fucking guy. She's doing all these male mannerisms and talking about sex and wanting to come and all this fucking bullshit. And like, why are you doing this as a woman? You're just humiliating yourself. And it was sad. I was sad for her. Genuinely. Because I saw, you know, I could see the beauty that she had resting inside of her. You know, if she chose to quote unquote be normal, or just like not be a fucking lesbian. Like, if she just chose to be a straight white female that lives in accordance with nature and follows the good, true, and beautiful, like, she would be a good woman. Like, somebody that a guy should be happy to be with and marry and like have kids with. But what she turned herself into was just downright sad. And she talked about, you know, possibly getting her tubes tied soon. And like, that was kind of, you know, that was the last thing for me where I was like, okay, you really are just, it's more than likely that you are so far gone and you are going to live like this the rest of your life. Or at least until you get to the point where you start to feel immense regret for not having lived in accordance with God's plan for you. Because if she keeps going down the path that she's going down, like, oh fuck, I got a piece of pistachio kind of lodged in my throat. I need water, but I don't have any. Fuck. But yeah, if she keeps going down the path that she's going down, without a doubt, she is going to feel immense regret and hate herself in the future. I can all but guarantee it. You know, if she chooses to get her tubes tied and give up all hope for being a mother, it's just, you know, she's gonna be sad as fuck someday, realizing what she did give up, realizing what she could have had. It's all gonna hit her. You know, once the first thing hits, more and more will come, and she'll never get past it. You know, she'll never be able to go back. Because she was 35, so she's already, you know, kind of getting up there when it comes to having children in the future. And if she's thinking about getting her tubes tied, like, it's very unlikely she'll do that and then, you know, in the near future have the feeling of regret and want to untie her tubes and have children. Like, by that time, she'll probably be too old to birth a healthy child. And she'll just be completely fucked. And I was kind of thinking this as she's making her fucked up jokes that aren't funny at all, and I just felt so sad for this lady. You know, I had the thought that, like, I'm like, damn, I wish I could talk to her after this and just tell her that, you know, she has so much more potential than what she's doing. Like, she could really do something good for herself and, like, bring beauty into the world. I wanted to, like, try and help her see the error of her ways, but it's like, fuck, what? Really? Like, I can't do that. I could try, but, you know, I'm not the person to do that. It's in my nostril, too. Fucking pistachio, what the hell? Oh my god. It's stuck and it is irritating. That's for sure. Had a slice of pepperoni pizza and a slice of Hawaiian pizza after my 3 beers. You know, because I was like, well, you know, I've got a little buzz going on, so I feel like I should give it some time, drink some water, eat some food to make sure that when I drive home, like, I am fully capable and sober. So that's what I did. You know, I did end up going back to the really busy bar after those 2 slices of pizza and sitting down at the table with my beer. I probably drank a little over half of it, but that did not, you know, it didn't re-up my intoxication level at all. So after that, I just decided to walk back to the car and do this and head home. Because, you know, it's fucking 2 in the morning. I didn't need to be out drinking anymore. I didn't need to be out fucking off. Like, I knew that I should just go home at that point. And, you know, a weird thing that, like, you know, I don't know if I even want to admit it, but a weird thing that I noticed myself doing as I'm out downtown was, like, I was aware of it. I knew I was doing it, but that didn't stop me from doing it. Like, I knew I was doing it, and that's just what it was. Like, I was looking for my ex-girlfriend. I was looking to see her face out of the crowd. Like, that's all I wanted to see. Out of the hundreds of people, out of the hundreds of pretty girls, like, all I wanted to see was her face. And, you know, I don't know if that's fucked up or I don't know if that's endearing, but, you know, it didn't really bring me any comfort, I don't think, because it was hard to get out of my head, and it was hard to allow myself to be in the moment and focus on what I was seeing in front of me. because most of the time what I was thinking about was what I wasn't seeing in front of me, which was her face. All I wanted to see was her face, and not seeing it was like just so weird, because in my head that's what I was thinking, that's what I was picturing, and then I just never saw it. So it's like I was never actually in the moment. I was always in my head thinking about wanting to see that, looking out into the crowd, thinking I may see her face. And you know, I never did. And it's probably better that way. Because if I did see her, I don't know. You know, I don't know what I would have saw. It might have hurt more than it, you know, it likely would have hurt more than it would feel good. More than likely. So, all in all, it's probably good that I never saw her. But that doesn't change the fact that that was what was in my head. And that's what I wanted to see. Kind of wish that wasn't it. I wish I could have just been in the moment and saw what there was right in front of me and taken it for face value. But I wasn't thinking about it. I was not thinking about what I saw in front of me. I was thinking about what I didn't see in front of me. And that is not being in the present. That is not a good way to live your life. Thinking about what you don't have in front of you. Like that will get you nowhere. Literally, that will get you nowhere, and it will accomplish nothing, and it will, you know, that's not gratitude whatsoever. And that's one of my intentions. Be grateful. Don't forget it. Work hard, be grateful, and follow the good, true, and beautiful. And you know, what more can you do than that? Sure, it's going to be hard to do that. This is one of the first examples of a challenge I'm having of being grateful. Like, not seeing what is right in front of me for what it is, and only thinking about what I don't have and what isn't there. Like, that's not being grateful whatsoever. So, you know, I'm really gonna have to work on that. It's not gonna be easy to just work hard, be grateful, and follow the good, true, and beautiful. I am going to have to try really hard to do that and work at it and be aware of when I'm not accomplishing those goals, so that in the future I can do better. Alright, I'm home. Don't be a bitch.